Hey everybody, how you doing? Chris, CT Legacy. Wanted to do a little follow-up video on my Harley Benton Fusion. Pros and cons. Pros, it's a cool guitar. Everybody who sees this loves this guitar. Gets lots of compliments. I take it to my local guitar center. Everybody's wanted to see one up close, and this is a cool guitar. So, cons, let's talk about Thomann guitars, whatever, where you got to order it from. I've had a problem with this guitar since the day I bought it. Truss rod is not doing anything, and doesn't tighten, doesn't loosen. So I have to keep this guitar tuned at E flat. Otherwise, it puts too much tension on the neck, and the action gets a little crazy. So I've had this guitar for 8 days now. After about 5 days of communicating with my sales guy, he just quit responding. No answer at all. It wasn't really getting heated by any means. He just stopped responding. So I went above his head to the actual support people, and although this guy appears to be responding, he doesn't seem to have any kind of answer, even though I've given him several, just saying, hey, let me buy another guitar, I'll swap out the neck, send the whole thing back to you, you can credit me back. Let me buy a neck and I'll replace it, send the old one back to you, and you can credit me for the neck. No answers really whatsoever. Just kind of, they keep telling me that they want a video of the truss rod, and here's your video of the truss rod. It's just not working. Doesn't do anything. So that's the biggest con of this guitar is like the biggest negative. It's not a con by any means, but the biggest negative of this guitar is the lack of post-purchase support. I think if you could walk into the store with this and show them the problem, you'd already be taken care of, but because I cannot do that, I'm probably going to end up having to pay somebody to do it myself. Not a big deal. This guitar is very cool. I'm fine with that. The nut was garbage, for sure. The nut ended up being a problem. The more I used it, the worse it got. String tree shouldn't even be on this guitar. This is a horrible string tree that was on it. There's actually nothing wrong with it. It's just your everyday string tree. But it shouldn't be where it was. And then, of course, so I put a new string tree on. I replaced the nut with a Tusk XL. I replaced all the pickups. There was nothing, I don't want to say there was nothing wrong with them. They just weren't hot enough for me. They're little low output pickups that are in it to start with. These are the GFS Very Hots, all three. I know it still says Roswell, but that's because they sent me a white cover, so I put a new one in. The bar, this is kind of funny. The bar does thread into place. Okay, there's little threads inside here that I would have never looked for, seen anything else. So thanks for everybody on the last video that told me that this bar screws in, because it definitely does, and that makes it much tighter, works much better. I have replaced this switch. This is no longer a coil tap. This is now a kill switch for the whole guitar, which on Friday I'm getting the button, and I'm gonna replace it with a button. My coil tap is now a push-pull on the tone pot. So let's go through it. So we'll start with the bridge. Here's the bridge pickup. Position 2. Middle pickup. Middle and neck. Just the neck. So now let's go through the coil tap. So this is the straight bridge. Here's with the coil tap. Here's the neck, just by itself. Here's the coil tap. Gives it a nice stratty feel. So all around, this is a great guitar. Like I said, everywhere you take it, people are definitely drawn to it. Looks great, sounds great. I definitely like the new pickups, and this whole set is under $100. All three are shipped, like with priority shipping, was under $100. Highly recommend them. I use them in a lot of my guitars. Like I said, a little disappointed with the support I've received from the company, but it's not going to stop me from getting the roasted maple neck when it comes out. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a stranger to guitars. There's probably 30 of them hanging just right here, and you know, they're everywhere here. I work on guitars all day long every day, and for some reason they think they need a video for me to tell them that the truss rod's not working. So here's your video. Truss rod isn't working. Fix it. Other than that, this is a great guitar. And I told you in my initial video I did have to do a little bit of fret work on the 23rd fret. It was a little high. I've since actually done the whole neck, and it's like with no tension on this neck, the neck's almost like perfectly level. So that was cool. So that made it real easy to do a fret job. Putting strings on it, tuning it back to E brings it a little too much, and the action gets a little crazy. But in E flat, stays pretty nice. So a little distortion. Oh, you guys are probably wondering about the trem. That's as slack as I can get it. Still in tune. So again, I apologize for the cough. The guitar's great. I'm gonna play this all the time. This is my regular gigging guitar at this point, and I'm very impressed with it. I do like it. Can't wait to get the truss rod fixed. The only negative I'm having is I'm getting a little bit of buzz on the low E. Hopefully the way I'm recording it, you probably can't even catch it, but it is buzzing a little bit on the low E. Nothing I can do about it until I can get it, you know, just a little bit more relief in the neck. So that's it. Thanks for watching. This is a very cool guitar. At this point with new pickups, I have $1,500 guitars on the wall that I don't like as much as I like this one. So Harley Benton kind of knocked it out of the park on this guitar. Like I said, can't wait to get the roasted maple. Other than that, see you in the next video.